should be winning this, really, Brittany, but he was in much stronger company last time out behind King of Judah. Last outing, I think the rise in distance suits as well.
And we remember this horse obviously contested that WATC Derby, albeit beaten a fair way behind Regal Power, but obviously it was a horse that they had an opinion of to contest a race of that nature. This time, this preparation is just raced over the mile, so you think getting up over this ground is just what this horse has been looking for, and no surprise to see him very short in the market. The 2 is All Man. Helen Harding prepares and Troy Turner rides.
Well, Looms is the biggest threat, I think, to the favourite Chapasco is All Man. He's been growing great guns up here locally. Was taken to town last start. He was just about 7 lengths off Bunker Buster. Over 2,000 metres last start, so it did pull up with heat stress, and it is a warm day today, but I think he can bounce back. He looked okay in the yard.
The 3 Major Mambo. Trevor Tasker prepares, Mitch Pateman rides. It's at $9.
Yeah, well presented in the mounting yard, Major Mambo. He's an honest galloper. First look at the 2,100 metres, and he shouldn't be too far away in the run, Major Mambo. He just needs to get the 2,000.
Yeah, well, only 2 starts ago he was racing over 1,300. It was a 70 plus on that occasion, beaten by Pims Royale quite convincingly. So it's been a big step up quickly. Obviously raced over the mile last start, but up over the staying trip today for Major Mambo. Schooling is a horse that we haven't seen since Broome. So that's been 47 days for Schooling, who is the 4 for Jim Enright and Kira Yule.
Yeah, freshened up, as you just mentioned. Has performed well up there on the dirt tracks. It's just hard to line up, Brittany, that dirt form, and then they come down. I know over the years we've seen a couple of horses in the cup races that have raced up here. They've come straight down from the dirt tracks, and they've been taken to the front, and they've run well performed runs here. It's just hard to get a line, though. It is a Blackfriars, and also has sort of performed well over this distance. Just a watch, Schooling. Yeah,
it's a little bit tricky to get a read on that Broome form, and the first time that Schooling has been here at Kalgoorlie as well. Clearly was a fan of the track in Broome, the dirt, having one in Derby and one in Broome, so didn't mind that whatsoever. And punters don't mind it here either. Opened at $26 into 18 is Schooling. The Enchantress is the next horse, another one that has been the subject of support. Opened at $10 into $7.50 for Cliff Smith and Craig Newitt.
Yeah, small field will suit today, but it has been a teaser to punters, this preparation. Its closing off sectionals are very good, but it gets a long way back in the run. The earmuffs are on for the first time, just to calm her down a little bit. But look, she'll be rearwards, looking at the whole herd in front of her. And look, if something does go wrong in front, she could be the swooper in the small field.
Angelic Moon is the 6 in the same colours that we saw Salute in the first race, albeit this one is at much longer odds. It's at $20, Angelic Moon, for Peter Fernie and Jade McNaught.
Yeah, this one has been up here for its last, since June, July, so Peter Fernie has had it in the camp for quite some time. The runs in maiden company, I thought, have only been fair. It's only lightly raced. It's a Snippertson out of that Angelic Heart. Only had the 5 starts, 2 placings, and it has shown shades of improvement, but I think it might be a next preparation horse.
And the final runner in this field of 7 to contest the second event here at Kalgoorlie is Jolly Odd. This horse was being a real handful in the yard for John Johnston and Kate Whitten.
Yeah, definitely so. Was right up on its toes and wanted to barrel the strapper there, Dick Turpin, and a brown mare, a 4-year-old, and has had the 10 starts for Zip. Hasn't really shown much this campaign. Brittany, Jolly Odd.
Yeah, that says it all. Dick Turpin, they tend to have that little characteristic in them when they can be a little bit feisty, and that's what we saw from Jolly Odd in the yard. All right, let's take a look at this market and see what the punters are doing for this second event. It's $1.55 Chapasco, so they're not really easing up on this favourite. They've got a little bit of confidence in William Pike after the first race, and they think Chapasco can do it again. Clearly a horse that is progressive. attractive and one that you would think will appreciate being up in this trip today. All Man is at $4.40 here, so it's on your second line of betting. And the Enchantress at $8, Major Mambo 9, Schooling at 18, Angelic Moon 23, and the rank outsider of them all is Jolly Odd at $61. What way are you going here, Chrishane?
Yeah, I've got Chapasco, Brittany, clearly on top here. If he's going to make an impression in the staying ranks down there in the metropolitan area, he's got to win this today. And I think he's a stayer on the rise. Chapasco in those famous Oakland Park colours. Of course, we saw Salute over there in Melbourne only a week ago with Push and Shapes. And Push and Shapes subsequently last year's Coolgardie Cup winner. So yes, it'll be very good for all connections if Chapasco can win here. I've got it clearly on top from 2 All Man. I think it's the best of the local hopes here in a smallish field. 5, the Enchantress. Look for it closing off late, and 4, Schooling. Just to watch on that dirt form from up in Broome, up north. So 1, 2, 5, and 4 in race 2. Brittany out of Kalgoorlie.
All right, $1.60 is the price that you're getting at the moment for Chapasco. Is it a price that you're willing to take, Chrishane, or is it one that where you need to use in multis and use it as a bit of an anchor into some of these shorties throughout the day?
Yeah, you can go either way. I think whatever you take, I think you're going to be on good terms with yourself anyhow. It's a small field, so it does warrant being that short. Pike's on, and I think it's just a stayer on the rise. It meets a lot of these horses on lesser terms. It's a weakish field behind Chapasco, yeah.
Yeah, comes here today with that city form in its favour. Chapasco obviously did have to complete the travelling, but looking at the horse, looked like he'd travelled up in good order. All right, they are loading in. The stayers about to do battle in the second on Hannon's Handicap Day. Here's Darren.
They start to move in for the Johnnie Walker Handicap, the Enchantress, with the pre-race blue lights flashing now there on the Iron Jack starting gates. They lead up Major Mambo, who goes in. Jolly Odd is the next of them to occupy its stall. And Schooling is to move in. Rider of All Man giving it a good toweling down, Troy Turner. Warmish conditions here this afternoon for the Tab Touch Hannon's meeting. In goes Schooling. Goes up, walks forward. Last start winner up at Ganthium Point in Broome. Now here comes All Man, Angelic Moon and Chapasco, who runs a pretty popular favourite. 170 fixed. It's around $1.80 on the Tab Touch tote market though. As Angelic Moon goes in for Jade McNaught, and Pike brings up Chapasco. Coming along, occupies the outside stall, and the blue lights have now switched to red. They're ready. They're racing. Major Mambo Schooling with the first to get going, and Pike is going to send Chapasco across to be outside the speed early on. The Enchantress will get a glorious run in the early stages, pushing up there and lobbing immediately into the box seat for Newitt. 1.5 lengths All Man, Jolly Odd, and back there last on its outside Angelic Moon. Leaving the straight behind them, going out by the 1650, and it's Schooling that leads the way. Back from a campaign in the Kimberley. Out 1.5 lengths over the hot pot Chapasco as they head along by the 1500. The Enchantress just over racing down on the inside third. A length away then Major Mambo fourth. 1.5 lengths to All Man. 3/4 length away Jolly Odd. And the same margin is Angelic Moon, who'd spot the leader 5 to 6 lengths as they work up towards the next corner. 1400 metres left to go in the second. And to the back straight, Schooling's the leader by a length. The favourites up running second, Chapasco. The Enchantress on the inside. No change at all to the order. A length away then came Major Mambo at the 1200. 1.5 to All Man. On the fence, Jolly Odd, and Angelic Moon is back last of all as Schooling slows them right down. It's Schooling just coasting along, pricked its ears up, going out by the 900. Chapasco edging a little closer. Here's a move mid-race. Major Mambo off and around them very quickly for Pateman. He wasn't happy whatsoever with the pace, and so he clapped it on. And at the 800, going out to Charles Street, he takes off on Major Mambo. Races 2.5 in front, coming off the bridle, Chapasco. Schooling on the fence now. Then a length and a half, the Enchantress popped away from the inside to follow Chapasco as they come to the 550. Then All Man, followed further back by Jolly Odd, and still next to last is Angelic Moon, 400 from home. Nearing the corner, Major Mambo, which had made that mid-race move. The leader a length and a half as Pike goes to work on Chapasco. Schooling battling away. The Enchantress saved up on the outside by Newitt, puts in its run. Followed further back by All Man. Major Mambo's the leader at the 200. About two in front and giving back is a great sight. Major Mambo clear. All Man runs to second outside of the Enchantress. It's Major Mambo. Pateman's got the whip out. Gee, this was a clever ride to take off when he did. Major Mambo too good. Clever ride by Pateman to beat All Man in. Then came the Enchantress. A gap to Chapasco. Well, he ran his races there in patches. Followed further back by Schooling. Jolly Odd, who's next to last when they'd pulled up, and the tail ender Angelic Moon. Three's the winner, Major Mambo. Mitch Pateman for trainer Trevor Tasker. Major Mambo has got home to score here. Mitchell Pateman seizing the initiative when Schooling's rider Kira Yule slowed them down to a dawdle going over to the back straight, and so Pateman decided to liven up Major Mambo and charged around them and made sure that they were going to run it at a far better pace than what was being set. Chapasco went from pulling to all of a sudden being off the bridle, and he lost his way there, and Pike was having to urge him along, and he really did fail to respond. Major Mambo too good with All Man down the outside, running on into second placing in front of the Enchantress, who was saved up by Newitt. She's only got that short little run, and she just kept whacking away with Chapasco back behind those, not doing much. A well-beaten favourite. Major Mambo by War Chant from Lady Mambo is owned by Trevor, Mrs. L.P. Tasker, trained by Trevor Tasker, and a clever ride by Mitchie Pateman to get home in the Johnnie Walker Handicap. Number 2, All Man, is second by All Too Hard from Timberina for Renato Divatini, prepared by Helen Harding and ridden by Troy Turner. The Enchantress third home by Frost Giant out of Windana for the Linwood Park team. Cliff Smith, Craig Newitt, 1 length, 1 1/4 margins. The time 2:13.46, 2:13.46, well outside the 2014 record of Ningaloo Blitz. But the first of the favourites goes down in Chapasco, who finished officially fourth. The third race today, the 1100 EBM maiden at 2:22. Number 4, First Strike, comes out of the next. Chris Parnham will ride number 11. Simple as that.
Thanks for that, Darren. Race number 2, the Johnnie Walker Handicap, and we've got some very nice gold label reserve here as part of the trophy presentation direct from the mounting yard over the 2115 metres. For the first time, first look at it, Major Mambo taking it out for local trainer Trevor Tasker and Mitchell Pateman in the saddle. To introduce proceedings, we welcome in Director of the Kalgoorlie Boulder Racing Club Board, Mr Aaron Heel.
Thanks, Chris Shane. Great race, and even better having sponsors product, Johnnie Walker. We welcome Carolyn Ma here as a Johnnie Walker rep, which has been great to have her down here for the day. It's fantastic weather, another great race, so congratulations to trainer Trevor Tasker, the jockey Mitchell Pateman, and all the connections for Major Mambo, which ran a superb race. I think he does it all actually. I think he does the training and owns it, so please welcome Trevor Tasker.
Thank you very much. I would like to firstly thank the sponsors, Johnnie Walker. I'm sure we'll knock a little bit of that off tonight. To the horse, he's a horse with a big heart. I came down today worrying whether he would do the 2100, but he proved everybody that he has got a little bit of fight in the old Tiger. So very, very happy. Like to thank my wife for all the assistance she gives me every morning coming down to track work, and all paid off today. Fantastic.
That concludes the Johnnie Walker Handicap Trophy presentation. Race number 3 on the card is the EBM Maiden over 1100 metres. The emissions out of the race. Number 4, First Strike, comes out with 7, Red Dirt Boy, leaving a field of 9 to go around. The emissions 4, First Strike, and number 7, Red Dirt Boy. It comes up at 2:22, race number 3, Kalgoorlie.